a shotgun rider, cruise through the country, maybe pulling all-nighter. Every little body needs a Clyde decider. Come on, baby, be my shotgun rider.
Let's get back for another edition of The Scoop and an exciting week for Indiana athletics.
Yeah, you know, and we just got back from our spring trip last night in California. But I think before, Kyle, we talk about the Hoosier baseball. How about the Hoosier basketball and what they've been able to do? And I know it's well documented, but I think you can't overstate enough how proud everybody is. Hoosier Nation, again, with what Coach Crean has done with that basketball program. And getting the Hoosiers back in the Sweet 16. And it's always fun. We know we're on spring trip because our guys, when they're not playing, they're sitting around watching the NCAA tournament. We were able to catch both of those games while we were on the trip, and it was exciting. And so looking forward to the next matchup against
Friday night against the Kentucky Wildcats.
Rematch.
I think somebody beat them earlier this year, but
absolutely, we know we can do it. So but anyway, good things for them. At least they were enjoying their spring trip.
Basketball wasn't the only Hoosier team out on the West Coast last week, though.
Well, yeah, we just got back from how many games and how many days? It was a bunch.
8 games and 9 days for spring break, total of 13 and 16 days.
Yeah, and just recapping kind of where we are in the season. We will be finishing, this will be 20 straight road games for us, and honestly, it's been a little bit of a disappointment for us defensively up to this point in the season. There have been some really positive things for us. I think once we get our defense shored up, and I'll take some responsibility for that. We were trying some different combinations and some different things, and I think now that guys are settled in, and we've said it all the time on this show, we try to use that as our spring training, and figure out our personnel. But the first 20 games on the road have not been kind to us, as witnessed by our record. But our guys are still very positive. We're still very positive with them because we think when we line up on a 3-game weekend in the Big Ten, we have a very realistic chance to come out on top. And I don't care who you are, 20 on the road, it wears on you.
And you certainly had some individuals that have been playing well, though. You talked about the weekend series. How about the guy that's going to start out, Joey Donato, the way he's been pitching?
Yeah, Joey picked up exactly where he finished last year and gave us quality starts every time out there. And, he's just such a competitive guy. And, we're talking about before the show, the 3 Ds. And, Dylan Dooney got some opportunities over the break, and maybe it was him being back in his home state of California. But he swung the bat very, very well for us. And another guy who's been consistent all year is Matt Dearden, and has really kind of wrapped his arms around that closer role now and has given us not just quality innings, but the time at which he's pitching. He's been performing very well in some pressure situations and did a fantastic job against the University of San Diego, and a quality win out there, and what he was able to do. And it's we're certainly, everybody, if you talk to the team, we're not real happy with where we are record-wise, but I think everybody's still confident. We've got a young group of guys. We miss Micah, and on that note, we've had a lot of people asking, and he's had his surgery and recovering well, and Micah thinks he'll be back before the end of the season, so that would certainly would be nice. We're not counting on it, but it sure would be nice. But this young group, I think once they get comfortable and again continue to grow, is going to be good. Sam Travis has given us as good at bats as you could ever get, and the fact that he's just a freshman and what he's able to do at the plate. So not the greatest of spring trips, but what we use it for is to learn our team. The good part is we got a home game finally this week, Eastern Kentucky on Wednesday at 3 o'clock. We've gotten a lot of Twitter feedback, people want to know when's the first home game. It'll be this Wednesday at Simbauer Field at 3 o'clock, so come out.
High 82 degrees, supposed to be sunny. What else do you want?
That was crazy. You guys had 75 and 80 back here, and we're sitting there in California with high 50s, low 60s the entire time. Maybe we should have just stayed around here and had all those teams. I would have liked it come out.
Supposed to continue on Wednesday, so make sure you come out. Blue skies, white puffy clouds, and baseball. I don't know what else you want. Going into the weekend, we got another, of course, on the road. Hoosiers keep the Big Ten season started, so heading to Penn State. Yep,
head to Penn State, jump on that little 10-hour bus ride again, and get the kids ready. But I think they're excited because, I don't want to say it wears on you, but it does wear on you, And I think guys are just kind of, we know we're better than what we're playing, and guys are kind of ready for that fresh start. And as I said, we've really stretched ourselves with the way we've scheduled, and with the injuries we've had in a young team. Probably wasn't the smartest schedule that we've ever put together, but you can't really foresee that. But our guys, I mean, that what I like is they're still confident, and I think that's the biggest thing. So, 0-0 in the Big Ten, looking forward to get out there, playing a quality facility, and Penn State's going to be a lot like us. Everybody's just trying to get off to a good start and jump on that bus and watch some movies and get out there and play.
A facility that Alex Dickerson played in, called home last year with the State College Spikes.
That's right. Actually, I got a text from Alex. I said, Alex, how you doing? He said, I'm doing well. He was something like 6 for 9 in his first in his spring training games with 2 doubles and 2 home runs in that. So I'm sure, yeah, he's doing all right. Saw Jake Dunning, former IU guy, pitched in the big league game the other day in an inning of work, had a couple strikeouts, and so maybe next edition we'll have kind of a rundown on how those guys are doing.
That'd be a good idea, but before we get to that, we got to finish this episode. We got any pictures? Got some questions, I believe?
We have a question. This is from a former Hoosier. This is from Tyler Tickey. Tyler, hope everything's going well. Listen to games over the weekend. Young team, but played really well. I'm excited for the Hoosier season. The question I was wondering, with the new NCAA rule on recruiting, how much more difficult will recruiting be, knowing you will be able to give about the multi-year scholarships to players? I think right now the way it is, Tyler, is that they leave it to the institution. So you can either choose to do that or not. I still think there's a lot of discussion on that, but really what they're referring to is when you offer a scholarship, that scholarship is a 4-year commitment. It's kind of not a big deal or not new to Indiana, because that's really how we operate and have operated in the past. So not going to be much of a change for us, but good question, Tyler, and hope you're doing well. And thank you for the kind words that we'll leave between us there at the bottom of this one. But Tyler Tickey, left-handed pitcher and a great kid. Picture, this one, here we go. We got Pat Ryan. A little story there. My son Jack, my youngest son, we've actually named him after Jackie Robinson. So Pat sent this photo in with his little IU hat there, and with the old Jackie Robinson little statue. I don't know what you'd call that, Kyle, little piece of artwork, or basically just a number 42. Monument there for the Jackie Robinson. And then this one, Kyle, kind of footnotes. Yeah, people didn't want the hot tub episode, which I can totally understand. My wife being one of them, but we had this submission from Rockin' Todd. Thought he would pay tribute to the old hot tub episode and maybe give a shot at him in the hot tub himself over spring break. So thank you much, Todd, for carrying on the hot tub tradition over spring break. But folks, we'll report back to you next week and get you some on-field footage here as we get back and less travel and get the Hoosiers back on the right track as we head into Big Ten play this weekend. We'll see you next week.